man, serious nigga.
That's just what I do.
Them superpowers getting neutralized. I can only watch in silence.
Nah, I gotta
The
make 3
famous
edits
actor
already,
we once
he
knew
wants
is looking
to with me.
paranoid and now spiraling.
Got
You're
it.
moving just like a degenerate.
Go
Every
Canes, go
antic is
Canes.
feeling distasteful. Why calculate? You're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale.
Check.
Y'all make sure to tune into the live game broadcast.
You're not a rap artist,
tonight.
you're a scam artist with a
It'll be
hopes of
over
being
when I hear
accepted.
it.
Tommy Hilfiger stood
last
up,
night.
but FUBU never had been your
So happy, bro.
I make music that electrify.
Like a kid in the candy store.
That pacify 'em. I can double down.
Can
on
I not
that
just be
line.
happy to go to a
This
playoff
time
game?
is Random acts of kindness. Know you're a master
Yeah.
That's all I'm happy about.
Bet you a liar too, but don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
Huh? Hey, Drake, you on the clock. You're on the clock. You're on the clock. Look, his attitude is bad. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this is a biased podcast. I will say we lean a little more towards Drake. However,
Yeah, I'm out the way,
Ty.
I'm no okay. Yeah, the island right here is
I ain't
remote,
even
okay.
gonna
I ain't
get
thinking
into it.
about no reaper. Nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a
gonna take more
Jackson
than
all
one
in my
listen to
house
get into
like
it.
I'm Joe, okay. Made his own boys in them types LA solo,
He
okay.
did.
Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped.
Welcome,
while you
welcome,
throw
welcome, welcome
away.
to Four
And I
Panthers
might
fans
do a
only.
show a day. What's a lame? Always a lame. Oh, you
Take
thought the
Kendrick.
money, the power.
Boy.
Make you go away. Have you ever played? Have you
I shouldn't even have
okay,
told you that
let's
theory.
play. Have you ever?
all right, let's go to the song of the summer, man. Shout out to Kendrick, though. Song of the summer. You ain't heard it yet. It's okay. You ain't heard it yet, but it's all right. You'll hear it. Next time you go outside, you'll hear it. Trust me. Welcome. Number 1 song in the world.
Based off of what?
Just dethroned Taylor Swift. The number 1 based off of Apple Music. The number 1 song in the world. Ty. Hey, Tavion, I told Ryan last night, I said, Tavion gonna with it. Terrence gonna be hating because his music taste is not as eclectic.
Why? Just because I don't like the same
But
artist?
it's okay. Hey, but it's okay. Welcome. Hey, if you don't already, make sure to follow us on socials at For Panthers Fans Only on Instagram. You can find us on all DSPs at For Panthers Fans Only, TikTok at For Panthers Fans Only. X, you can find us at FPFO_podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the G2S Network. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here again. Know a lot of new viewers are here from, what we were able to do this weekend with the draft and just going on a bunch of different streams. Shout out to Dunk, shout out to Bland, shout out to Two Fans, shout out to Doug. Appreciate everybody that, opened up their platform for us to come in and share our thoughts on, the draft and what we were able to do this weekend. Great weekend. We're on a very, very limited time schedule because I've been put on the clock. I'm not going to tell y'all by who, but I'm sure y'all can tell just by the way he's looking at me. I don't even know why he's looking at me. I don't. Look. What time do we have to be done? Just so the viewers can know. So we can tell them.
6:20.
No, see. We have an hour.
I have
bro.
a very eventful night tonight, so
We have an hour. We have an hour, bro.
Would you like to deliver any shout outs or?
shout out to who?
I just asked if you would like to deliver any shout outs. That's all I asked.
Nah, not in particular.
Oh, okay,
You
cool.
wouldn't?
I'm
Not-
good.
Not to the Canes, not to. No.
But that's ungratefulness.
I'm Can I not shout them out in person? Everything don't need to be a public broadcast, right?
I mean, wouldn't that? Never mind. I mean, if you shout them out in person versus on the pod, it public either way.
Yeah, but it'll only be public when me and that person can hear it.
See,
Wait, what person? What are you talking about?
Hey,
No. Welcome. How you feeling? You've been cheesing ear to ear since we done hit record on the camera. But how you feeling?
I feel great.
When are you gonna feel bad or good, or you feel great every week? Or I should be happy that you're feeling
Yeah, I
great,
mean,
right? I'm hating.
Yeah, I mean, don't try to downplay another happiness. I feel great. Today is a great day. It will be a even better night. But yeah, I feel amazing. Go Canes.
How are you feeling?
Go Canes. I'm feeling phenomenal, man. You know, just got some good news at work. Finished the day off strong. Feeling good, man. I'm happy. Blessed. Highly favored. What they say?
That's what they say. If y'all are new to the show, I'm your host, JJ. It's my co-host, Terrence, producer, Tavion, behind the camera. How am I feeling? I don't know how I'm feeling. I got a lot going on. A lot of emotion, a lot of people testing me.
A lot of emotions.
No, a lot of people testing me. The devil be working hard. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, but, you know.
God works harder.
Yeah, he does. He does. Good thing, because if not, then I might would have came in here on some different energy. But I just prayed before I got here, and he gave me strength. So, are you proud of me? Am I making strides?
Yeah, you're making good progress. You're a work in progress, so.
Well, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Very
Some
true.
a little bit more than others, but yeah.
What are you saying?
Exactly what I said.
Let's get into it, man. This is going to be our official 2024 Carolina Panthers draft. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know I'm probably about 2 or 3 weeks away from accepting all bets. That's how I feel about the draft.
Lord help him.
I'm not going to hold y'all. That's kind of how I'm feeling already. If y'all saw the Instagram story, I got threats texted to me by my co-host telling me to bring my sweat rag. It's going to be this and that. It's going to be this and that. Because he's hating. He's hating. But it's okay. Are you not?
No, bro, I'm not hating.
Wow.
It's literally only a couple things that I'm not really feeling at the moment. But it's not really hate. It's just like an observation.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get into it. So, day one, we're live on Unnecessary Bluntness with Aaron Duncan, live on his stream, on his YouTube. That was a marathon, first and foremost. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. By the end of it, shout out to him first and foremost, because he made it through the whole weekend. We made it through what, like 3.5 hours, 4 hours maybe, night one?
Yeah, something like that.
All of us were shot. I'm not gonna hold you. All of us were shot, but
Still building up that endurance for the streaming thing, man.
yeah, for sure. But that being said, the Carolina Panthers did make a move to trade up to pick number 32. Brought in Xavier Leggett, because that's how he said you pronounce it. So I'm gonna try my best. Cool, whatever. Leggett. That's what he said. That's what he said in the opening press conference. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so you know, we traded up to go get him. Then we moved around a lot day two. Traded back initially, then traded back up. And that's where things get kind of shaky for my co-host. I don't know why. And I'm about to tell him why he should be A-okay. And then round 3, what do? We go
Wallace do or Jade?
We go, I think we go JT. Yeah, JT Saunders. After that, then we go Wallace.
Yeah, Trevin Wallace.
We'll talk about
Trevin
him.
Wallace, he got picked before
JT?
He got picked
In the 3rd round?
Yeah, he got picked in the 3rd round, pick 72. JT got picked
In the 4th. At 101.
Yeah.
Got it. And then who was 5th? You have it there?
Probably not bro. Yes, bro.
Oh, yeah, Shaw Smith Wade. What's his last name?
Smith Wade.
Yeah. Bro, 5'9". My producer got a lot to say about him. He's just waiting to get his shit off. So we gonna try and get through it. And then who was after that?
Who was after that? Jaden Crumedy.
That's bro. That's the that's the DN or the D tackle.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, and then the linebacker from, where is he from? Because I know we drafted a linebacker with number 7.
Baird,
yeah, from Michigan. And I actually think that he is going to be a little better than Trevin Wallace. That's just my opinion, but we're going to get into it. So let's go ahead and go step by step. Now, again, be mindful. Some of the guys we may get through, we may not. We're on a strict time schedule, so we're going to try and do the best that we can, giving you our grades, giving you who we think is going to make the team, how it affects our roster, etc. But we'll go step by step. Again, for me personally, I think this draft was phenomenal for the Carolina Panthers, with the exception of a pick or two.
Right. And real quick, all the names that were just mentioned will be a part of the rookie jersey giveaway.
Correct.
I'm just going to go ahead. So all the names that we just went ahead and listed out for you, rounds 1 through 7, all those rookies will be eligible for a jersey giveaway. So once you enter that giveaway, pick your favorite rookie. Whoever's your pet cat for this year, I know most of y'all it's going to be X. So, that'll be available. I'm hoping we got some chews in there.
I feel like y'all should only be wanting to pick between maybe 1 or 2 jerseys, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into it because I don't want to keep beating around the bush. Why do you hate the Jonathon Brooks move so bad? Why? Explain.
The only thing that I hate about the move is taking them so early. And the reason I say that is because I had rather went cornerback, especially being that we got Bro as cornerback, and we just know, if you just know, that's not really gonna that doesn't really move any kind of needles in that cornerback room. And then the guy's coming off a torn ACL. And my thing is I looked at his numbers and he had very similar numbers to Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson played more games than him. That's in his particular season before he got drafted. And he has similar numbers, which is good. And which I think
outstanding.
Yeah, and which I think he can be good in the long run. I just think that at that pick, I would just rather us have went cornerback, especially given the cornerback that we got, and then not knowing if we're going to get Gilly.
I think Gilly is a lock.
Well,
I think that this draft shows you that more than anything. And I mean, they've been saying that, they've been in constant contact with his reps. We haven't heard any reports about him meeting with any other teams. There's been no rumors about him fielding any. I'm sure his agent is doing his due diligence, so I'm not going to short him there. But we haven't heard anything. I think Stephon Gilmore to Carolina is a lock. I do. So,
well, if it's a lock, I feel a lot better. But being that it's not a lock, I don't fucking like it.
I would say if I had to set the line, that percentage of Stephon Gilmore being a Carolina Panther or not this upcoming season, I would say 83%. That's how confident I am.
Well, if Stephon Gilmore is not a lock, do you feel different?
Not about the pick. I don't. Not about the pick at all. I mean, so this is the thing. First and foremost, the position that we were in, okay, cool, we moved back. Phenomenal move by the Carolina Panthers and Dan Morgan. First things first, because not only did we get an additional 5th round this year, the 5th round back, so we ended up having 7 picks, all of the stuff we had to give up to go get X, which another phenomenal move, and we'll circle back. But I know that this is, where we wanted to start was with Jonathon Brooks. So we got our 5th back that we had to give up to get X. And then not only did we do that, but we got compensation, 2nd round pick next year. So first things first, phenomenal move there. Then, okay, fast forward to our pick. Why did we go Jonathon Brooks? Rumor has it from multiple sources, multiple people, multiple Panthers content creators that actually have sources. The Carolina Panthers were going to draft Johnny Newton from Illinois, the D tackle from Illinois. Once the Washington Commanders took Johnny Newton, we saw a run of 5 or 6 DBs come off the board. At that point, I hate to tell you, Terrence, and this is just me. Maybe this is just, maybe this is just how I feel.
Just you.
Okay, cool. At that point, we can't go DB. We can't take the 7th or 8th DB off the board when we got running back 1 sitting right there. And I hate to tell everybody that doesn't like to pick, Terrence is included in that under that umbrella. This is a first running back. This was prospect number 1 out of the running back class. This is a draft prospect that had a better grade coming out with the torn ACL than Bijan Robinson, who a lot of people continue to suck off for whatever reason. Now, Atlanta has not used him the way they should, and I understand that. And listen, maybe it's deserving. But again, a running back that was in the Heisman race before his ACL was torn, a running back that in 10 games went for over 1,100 yards, a running back who 4 or 5 games out of his 10 games that he played had multiple touchdowns, a running back that is a threat out of the backfield who we know Dave Canales is going to utilize on that front as well. So, I mean, I don't understand why so many people are up in arms about the pick. Everybody coming into the draft understood we needed weapons around Bryce Young. Everybody understood that. So what do? You draft up and go get your guy, and Xavier Legette, who rumored the New England Patriots made an offer to the Buffalo Bills at 32 to go get Leggett. That was the rumor. They were trading up to go get him. That was their guy. We were able to get it done. So that's a weapon for Bryce Young. Second round, you turn around, you do the same thing. You go get a weapon for Bryce Young. So I don't understand why people are so upset about it. I really don't. And, you know, I know that you said bring my sweat rag, all of this, but this is the hill I'm willing to die on. If he doesn't turn out, then he just simply doesn't turn out. But just know I looked at the depth chart today. It had Chuba at 1 and Jonathon Brooks at 2. And that's with a torn ACL. But that being said, July 1st is the timetable they have on him. I saw a video yesterday. He was working out, no brace. Looks like he's ready to go.
Wow.
No, that's not wow. That's a big takeaway from that video. He has no brace on, and he had a torn ACL. He's not going to be cleared, quote unquote, till July 1st. So that is. I mean, if you want to say wow condescendingly, then that's fine. But that's something to note. It is. It is.
I mean, I'm kind of with Terrence on this one, man, because as y'all know, like he was. I mean, you got the clip of Jerry gassing the nigga, gassing the kid, like he's in his 30 years, whatever. He's the best interview he's ever had. What do you? My biggest concern through the whole process was he's coming off a torn ACL. Like you're putting a lot of faith in a guy to come be a lead back. Well, in our situation, it was to come be a lead back, coming off a torn ACL. I think that's more of a pick for the future. I think it's kind of in the second round. I get it. Like second round, you take a chance on a guy high upside. The reason he's down there is because of the injury. But I mean, we've seen guys not be able to completely bounce back from ACLs before. It happens.
At 20 years old?
Doesn't matter. It happens.
At 20 years old?
Yes.
Who?
We've seen. I mean,
not Gallup, because I know that's where your mind instantly went. He was not 20. He already had 3 or 4 years in the pros under his belt.
Just because you don't know a name offhand, we can't sit here and say it hasn't happened. Because I'm sure it's happened.
That level of athlete. That level of athlete at 20 years old. I think he only has like 225 career touches. Like he has no wear on his tires, bro.
Again, I just feel like it's a bit risky asking a kid to come. Yeah, I mean,
why? Because of the ACL?
Because of the ACL, yeah.
Modern medicine, bro. I
Absolutely.
keep trying to tell y'all that on this podcast. Modern medicine, these injuries that have been so gassed to us in our heads because it is medicine of the past, bro. A torn ACL to me nowadays, especially if you're not even able to drink yet legally, a torn ACL to me means absolutely nothing. Now you get a prospect like Peyton Wilson, who is a guy that Terrence had his feelings about. ACL that does not exist.
Huh?
ACL so you didn't want Peyton?
Yeah, but I mean, to say I have my feelings about him, like, what the fuck does that mean?
Did you want to get him?
I just said I wanted to draft the guy, but I wasn't fucking upset because we didn't.
Let me ask you a question.
Excuse me, fans.
Now, let me ask you a question. Round 2, Jonathon Brooks or Peyton Wilson, and Terrence is going to make the official call to the commissioner, to the committee. Who are you going to take in that situation?
I would take Jonathon Brooks just because I feel like you can go get Peyton Wilson in a later round, as he did fall.
But realistically, you would say neither, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's also like 27.
If it's a different choice, then I'm not picking neither one of them.
With all the running backs that were still available, and with the fact that the Panthers were picking at everyone, you just picked the first one off the fucking board.
Yes,
all of them were available.
We'll take it. If we're gonna go up and we need a running back is a need. I personally don't give a damn how you fulfill those needs as long as they get fulfilled. If we need a running back, why the fuck will we not take running back number 1 out of the class?
But you also need a cornerback. So now your cornerback room consists.
We got Gilly in our back pocket.
We don't know that. We don't know that, bro.
Gilly's still out there floating around, and the fact that you're banking on a 36-year-old cornerback is insane.
Like it would make sense if we actually had him on our team. But you was just saying the other week when Dunk pointed out the fact that we had Dane Jackson as cornerback 2. That shit was fucking nasty.
Did I not mention Deshaun Jameson? Did I not?
Bro,
what do you got to say? I mean, speak your mind.
Be real, bro. Deshaun Jameson, like, come on, bro. I'm not trusting him to go against a damn Mike Evans or any of those.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
What do you mean?
Did
Why?
we not see him? Did we not see him do a decent job against Justin Jefferson?
Decent
Okay,
doesn't
cool. And
decent doesn't cut it.
A very good job. Did he do a very good job against Minnesota when he played against Justin Jefferson?
You said it right the first
Yeah,
time.
he did a decent job.
So did he not do it? So I can't even get met in the middle at good. He didn't do a good job.
Decent.
He did decent.
Not enough to be our starting cornerback too. Simple. It's just simple.
And
as
like
that.
I told, bro,
if I'm not mistaken, Kool-Aid was still on the board.
He was.
No, he was not.
No, he was.
Yes,
No, he wasn't.
No, he
Kool-Aid
100%
was still
on the board.
Kool-Aid was still on the
I got
board.
a fact.
There was
when we
still-
took Jonathan Brooks, when we moved back,
Kool-Aid was still
that
on
is
the
not
board.
accurate. I'm almost willing to bet y'all any amount of money that's
Go
not
look.
accurate.
Go look.
There was because I'm telling y'all there was a string of defensive backs that came off in the second round. It was like 5 or 6 of them that came off. Y'all were forgetting we moved backwards. We didn't move up in the second round. We moved backwards.
Like we got modern medicine. That's why we got technology.
Okay, cool. Can we put a wager up right now?
What you want to do?
I would like to do $20. That
Okay,
Kool-Aid
cool.
wasn't on the
Cool.
board when we
can
drafted
do 20.
Jonathan Brooks.
We can do $20.
Okay, cool. And I would like my shit sent ASAP. As soon as your producer tells you that Kool-Aid wasn't available. And when he goes silent for 45 seconds like he is right now, that means that's how you know he was wrong as fuck. But we'll wait. Because I'm pretty sure Kool-Aid went like 46, if I'm not mistaken.
He went 41. He wasn't on
Okay,
the board.
all right. Hey, bro, send me
But-
my shit. Hey, send me my shit, bro. Thank
got
you.
a game
Like
to
I
check.
said,
Oh,
bro, Kool-Aid was gone.
That was a result of moving back.
Yeah, that's
But,
what.
bro,
that's what I was referring to because he was on the board before we moved back.
Because you traded with the Rams at 39.
Okay, cool.
And they moved up to get Braden Fisk. And immediately after, Cooper DeJean goes, Kool-Aid McKinstry goes, Kamar Laster goes,
Right,
Max
and
Melton
we already
goes.
talked about that. I said there was a string of 5 or 6 cornerbacks.
But that was spurred on
Yeah,
because of
off-
the fact that the Panthers moved back.
We
So
were,
we're
in,
gonna-
we were in position to get him, but we moved back to get
So
John.
we're gonna stay up for-
you were
we're gonna
on the
stay up for
clock.
Kool-Aid.
You were on the clock.
I'm asking, are we gonna stay up for fucking bitch ass Kool-Aid and Cooper bitch ass DeJean? Is that what we doing? Yes or no?
You need a corner, yes.
Okay, cool.
You stay up for Kool-Aid.
All right, perfect.
Like, and I'm not sending you your money because that's what.
Oh my God! Hey, this is the shit. Hey, this is the shit that I got to deal with to the viewers.
That's what I was.
This is
referring-
what I had to
'cause
deal
Sabian,
with.
when we were watching the drive. When we moved back and the Saints took Kool-Aid, didn't I say Kool-Aid was right there? Why the fuck would we move back?
Right. No, this is. And then can we? What was the compensation? So when you move back, right? What did you just say the compensation was?
We got a fifth back.
This
we got
year
a fifth
or next
back
year?
this year. We got a fifth back this year, and then we also got. Obviously, we just pick swapped.
So you
So what's the problem?
Traded. So you trade because you know what you
We got.
you know what
we
you
traded
used the
back.
fifth-
We traded back to get another prospect.
Okay, cool.
Because
And-
we
and
had
that
to
other
use our
prospect-
2 fifths.
So you used
to
that
go
extra
up.
draft capital to get True Smith Wade.
Got a cornerback. Ain't that what y'all was complaining about?
Bro, you know that nigga. Oh shit, bro.
Hey,
You know that's what we
bro,
were
I'm sorry.
about.
Hey,
It's
viewers.
not just a cornerback. It's not just any cornerback. Like, come on, bro.
I'm
We're
sorry
not just
that we're being
trading
loud
back
this
to
week.
get a fucking junior college cornerback.
We already knew.
Like, come on, bro.
Listen, I want to
that's
apologize
ridiculous,
for the volume because I already knew it was going to be like this. So I should have put a volume disclosure before we started. That's number one. Number two, so we just had this big ass discourse about us not getting the cornerback, and he says we traded and got compensated. And he asked me, I say a 5th round pick. Y'all are bitching because we didn't get a cornerback. And then in the 5th round, we got a cornerback.
Because you didn't get.
So it's just like, bro, what are we talking about,
that's not
dog?
what it is. It's
What are we
because you
talking
didn't
about?
get a good cornerback. You traded one of the top cornerback prospects.
Who says he's not a good cornerback?
You even said yourself when we picked him. I don't like it.
I said I don't like it.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that he's not going to be a good
You traded somebody
prospect.
with a much higher ceiling and a much higher floor for a short.
No. That's not what we traded him for.
No.
That's not what we traded him for.
Okay,
We
for a
traded him
running
for the
back-
number one
for a
running back
running
in the
back
class.
and a
That's what we
short-
traded him for.
And the cornerback that we're referencing, because we're talking about cornerback for cornerback, because you just said,
Okay,
we had a
cool.
cornerback,
All right,
right?
okay,
All right, so
cool.
cool. And the cornerback you added, short, little arms, and is slow.
I can't believe you acting like this, bro.
Because the thing,
This is
no,
befuddling to me, bro.
I don't know. I don't know why it's
What is he
befuddling to
good
you.
for?
I already told you what energy
What is
I
he
was
good
on
for?
when we
And not only
when we
that,
made the draft pick.
You do that when what's bro's name that was still on the board with Caitlin Carson still on the board in the 5th round, who everybody loved.
No, not who everybody loved. That's
You
number
wanted-
one.
you wanted him
That's
over
number one.
Chalk?
No, yes, I did. I will admit that, but that's first and foremost. First and foremost, not everybody loved him because if everybody loved him, he wouldn't have dropped to the 5th round. That's number one. Number two, this is another guy who has injury problems. So it's not A-okay when Carson has injury problems and we could have went him over Shaw. And then it's not okay when Jonathon Brooks, the number one running back prospect, gets taken in the second round.
I would be much better with the move.
Don't change the goalpost, bro.
I would be much more.
Don't change the goalpost.
I would be much more okay with the move if you do add a Kalen Carson.
Yeah.
At least you add somebody with some upside.
So can I ask you a question?
You don't add a cornerback who's short.
Can I ask you a question?
Little arms, little hands, and is slow.
Okay,
I mean, bro,
understood.
everything about him
He might not even
to,
make the team.
Okay.
And that's everything about him.
For one, that's
he
not even
might
that's
not
not a
make it through
possibility.
training camp.
Okay, fine. Hey, listen, can I ask y'all a question? If we get the news within the next if we get the news before training camp, are y'all gonna shut the fuck up about Stephon Gilmore signing the contract? Will y'all shut the fuck up?
No,
because
that's not good enough.
Okay, cool.
That's
all
not
right,
good.
perfect.
Like,
but this is the thing.
At this point
This is the
not
thing
good
about
enough.
Carolina Panthers fans, example, and motherfuckers that have an opinion on Carolina Panthers fans news or on Carolina Panthers news. They just ungrateful as shit. And I seen it a lot over the weekend. As far as the draft is concerned too. Motherfuckers slandering the front office for moving up one pick to go get X. Because they're in love with A.D. Mitchell?
So this class was that?
Because y'all were in love with A.D. Mitchell, so our front office get slandered for that? Because we didn't go to... No, you're right. I'm sorry. That's geared toward Panthers Twitter. My bad. My apologies.
I already said my feelings about the bastard.
So this draft
He
class
can't take his medicine. We don't need him.
This draft class was that good, in your opinion, that it really takes the Panthers to the next level? With the players you acquired this year, it takes y'all to that next level? Because
hold on. Wait. Pause. No context right now, because what is the next level? I'm asking you a question directly. The next level is subjective.
Out of position to be the number one pick next year. Because is that
a serious question?
Because in all the way too early mock drafts that I've been seeing, they got the Panthers at number one, drafting a fucking edge.
Okay, cool. And so do we realize that?
I'm just saying.
Tavion, come on, bro.
I'm just making a point.
Because then when you say shit like that, it's like, it makes the pod seem illegitimate. We talking about a fucking mock draft. Fucking 3 days after the NFL draft just fucking ended. Ain't nobody fucking reporting.
I prefaced it by saying in the way too
that's
early
what we doing. Hey, can I ask you a question? Is that what we're doing today? Hey, is that what? So just tell me, is it CTE?
My question
what
is
is it?
legitimately, does this draft class make you that much better?
Do you want me to give you an honest answer?
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I asked.
Yes. Do you want to put money on some shit?
Here we go.
What do you want to put money on? I guarantee you we don't end up with 2 wins this year. You want to do that?
I mean, no, I'm not taking that. I don't think y'all are going to end up with 2 wins.
Well, how many wins do you think we'll get?
6.
Okay, so then is that the next level? Yes or no? Is that better than last year? Yes or no? Is that number one pick next year worthy? Yes or no?
Potentially.
Okay, so we're no longer having an honest conversation. What's your reaction about Xavier Legette?
6 and what can't be the number one pick?
6 and 11 is going to get you the number one pick in the modern NFL.
Could.
Okay, cool.
I mean, nobody was close to 2 wins last year.
How do you feel about our first round pick?
I like Xavier Legette. I mean, honestly, I was under the same, I wasn't enraged about us moving up. I just needed more context behind why we did it. Because at first I thought it was we just needed to have some kind of publicity. we just needed to pick because I called it. I was like, we need to trade up. Y'all slandered me. So cool.
We did.
But I really just didn't understand it unless because Dan Morgan has ties to the Bills. So I was like, unless he got word from them that, hey, we're drafting Xavier Legette. If you don't get him now, you're not getting him. He's not making it to the second round. And if we're that high on the guy, cool. I respect us trading up. But I like him. I think that he's the most ready plug-and-play guy that we drafted behind JT, because I fuck with JT. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. He was my second favorite draft pick.
Okay. Cool. I like him too. What do you have to say? You've been extremely vocal today. What do you have to say about pick number 32? Because I don't even want to ask you about your draft, because your draft was dog shit. Matter of fact, come shop. Hey, tell Jerry, come shop.
He already asked me about Miles Sanders.
Oh, yeah, they down. Y'all can have that bastard for free.
I don't agree that our draft wasn't good, but I'm a bit confused. Were you that much higher on Legette than Coleman?
Yes.
Did
Coleman not drop
to 33? He was the next pick.
Got you. Okay.
So, I mean, that was essentially the trade was for Leggett for Coleman. And, I mean, me personally, and even that, you still had a Roman Wilson on the board as well. I think there was still some what's bro from UCF? I make people in wheelchairs stand up.
Javon Baker?
Yeah, he a dog too. Not just because of that quote, but he's actually a demon on the field. So, I mean, I just feel like there was a lot of very capable receivers still on the board. So, it just didn't really make sense to me to jump one team.
I mean,
get that, but I mean,
if you're high on the guy, if that's your guy,
yeah,
then I get it. If that's who you trust to pick with your first pick of the draft, then I mean.
And they added context with that move as well because they said that they wanted that 5th-year option, which is automatically granted when you have a first-round pick. So that to me the move made a lot of sense to me. If that's your guy, like you said, then you would want to move up that one slot so that 5th round is guaranteed, or that 5th year, excuse me.
And in that context, it does make sense. But I just don't know personally, because you asked me personally. Like, personally, I just don't know if I'm as high on Leggett as you two are or the Panthers organization was. I think it's going to be a TBD.
Okay.
I feel like that's what all the receivers.
That's what everybody in the draft, I would say.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, I mean, but I understand where you're coming from. I do. I understand where you're coming from. I like it personally. Like I said, like I really am very, very confused, and it's more so the internet more so than anybody in this room. But I'm very, very confused about some of the backlash that I've been seeing for the organization when everybody cried during the offseason. Everybody cried legitimately all year last year to get Bryce some help and to get Bryce weapons. They show up the offensive line, they go in the draft, and they get 3, to me, elite weapons. Because I think JT Sanders is a stud. I think Jonathon Brooks is a stud. And I think Xavier Leggett is a stud as well. So you go get 3. And then, cool, you do some things defensively. You go get 2 linebackers. You go get the defensive lineman as well. For me personally, the only thing different that I would have liked to see was you go get some depth on that offensive line, preferably center. I know a lot of people had a lot to say about that. And Tavion was one of the main proponents for that as well this offseason, was going to get some help on that offensive line. But, I mean, I'm happy with it, bro. I'm happy with it. I think that the main question marks really would be your round 3 with Trevin Wallace. You're going to have a question mark there. You're going to have a question mark with a linebacker from Michigan. But like I said, I think he fares off better than Trevin Wallace because, to me, I believe Trevin Wallace is a little slow laterally.
So not your round 2? No question marks?
Absolutely not. That's how much confidence I have. But we're talking about a kid that was in the Heisman. He was in the Heisman conversation before he got injured. He was going to be at the Heisman ceremony before he got injured. I have no questions about him. Y'all were scared behind a torn ACL. Understandably so. Because we've seen an injury like that change a lot of people's lives. We have. So I respect it and I understand it. I have no questions about it. They asked him, why are you out here working out 2 days after you got drafted? Nigga say, because I ain't earned my spot on the team yet. Cool. That's the type of nigga I need.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Loose
cannon. He didn't even earn that. Never mind.
He didn't even earn what?
That draft pick. But cool. That's my opinion. But, hey,
it's crazy,
let's
bro.
roll with it.
So how do you feel about our 3rd round pick, Trevin Wallace? What are your feelings about him? He's not wrapped. Matter of fact, before you even comment, let me just play the video. Just give me a second so I can find it.
Head knocker.
Also a former linebacker, looking for. He said he's one of the guys with that dog mentality. So just wanted to hear from you about what dog mentality means to you and how it influences your game.
So dog mentality to me, it might sound crazy, but dog mentality to me is like you don't care if you go in there and hurt somebody. It's part of the game. You go in there and hurt somebody and you be like, hey, like I did this, like, and I'm gonna do it again. That's what dog mentality is. You don't go in there being soft. You go in there like, hey, I'm gonna hurt you every play. I don't want you to be scared of me.
Okay, appreciate it.
I see a lot of penalties in his future.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, me too.
I respect it though. I haven't watched a lot of tape on him, but I mean, this coaching staff, this new coaching staff, new front office, they've been preaching this since they got here. We need dogs. So cool. You go out and get a guy with that mentality. Now he might need to be coached up a little bit. Might be some assignment issues and things like that, some play recognition issues, but you know that when he's all in, he's all in. So he's going to be giving 100% effort on every play. He's going to be playing physical on every play. He's not going to be half-assing. That's the kind of vibe I get from him. So I like it. I wasn't familiar with a lot of the linebackers on the board outside of, Peyton Wilson, Edgerrin Cooper, guys like that. But, I mean, if he's telling me what he's going to do, if he goes out and does that, then cool.
Yeah, I mean, you just brought up a name that I thought might have been a better pick than Brooks in that second round in Edgerrin Cooper, but I'll table that discussion for another day. I like him. I'm always skeptical about players from Kentucky when it comes to them translating their game to the NFL because, I mean, Will Levis is a quarterback, a bit of a different situation, but traditionally from what I've seen, like with Kentucky players, is their game doesn't really translate particularly well to the NFL, and that would always be my question with him. But I like the mentality, and like from his tape, he looks like he does like to hit, which you do need. You do need a chest hunter in today's
a
NFL.
head hunter. You said it right.
Yeah,
I don't care. Get as many penalties as possible. That's the problem with this organization and this fan base. Niggas too soft. So cool.
Until it happens in a dumb situation.
I was about to say until it happens and you need to stop, and then you give up 15 yards because you want to be a headhunter. So
stretch something.
Or you want to do a hip drop.
Cool.
Because you can't hip drop now too. So talking about injuries, don't be careful.
True, very true. For me personally, I don't know. This is probably one of the ones that I'm kind of skeptical about. I'm way more skeptical about this than Jonathan. I'll say that for the record. I just think, like I mentioned earlier, to me he looks slow. On film, he looks slow laterally. His sideline speed just doesn't look the best. Now, I will say I do love the fact that he likes hitting. I think in a linebacker, that's what you need. You need one of them ones that's going to crash out. I think this was a move to kind of try and soften the blow that you're going to feel with Frankie Louisville. But then my question would be, if you're going to bring in a guy in the third round, or not even necessarily if you're going to bring in a guy, you bring in a guy in the third round, linebacker, you already got Josie Jewell this offseason. You're going to get Shaq back. So it's kind of, to me personally, I'm a little confused. It's a good depth piece, I guess you could say. But I will say I kind of started liking him a little bit more after I heard that answer, because y'all know how I am. Kind of a loose cannon, just like bro. But that being said, Jamie Robinson gave us the same bullshit last year. And with all due respect, we see how that turned out. Now, is the only year two for him? Yes, it is. So cool. I'll chill. But Jamie Robinson was on the same type energy. And, he got his opportunity and he pissed it away because he didn't want to show effort. And
I was about to say, it was an effort thing with him, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, this is great. The video is fun and it's good. But you got to show me. He one of them ones that he got to show me. I'm not going to hold you. JT Saunders.
I like him.
And not to cut you off, my fault. I should have said this before. We're just going to do half today. We'll do the first 4, and then we'll do the last 3 next week. And then we'll just proceed that way. But go ahead.
JT Saunders was one of my favorite picks in the draft, honestly. Big physical tight end, natural pass catcher, and which we needed because, Ian Thomas, he's nothing but an offensive lineman.
Facts.
Tommy Tremble, we kind of had to mold him into being a pass catcher, so it doesn't really come natural for him. But JT Saunders, I think you get both of those in one. Like the guy's like 6'8", something like that.
Yep,
yeah, 6'8". So he's a great blocker. I seen him on. I was watching film on Jonathon Brooks, and I see 0 out there leading the charge. So I think that was one of the better picks of the draft. And this coaching staff, they said early on in the season that they were going to look for another tight end or two.
6'4", 243.
6'4", 240. Damn, where did I get 6'8" from? He looks 6'8".
The hands.
Yeah. But, so this front office said that they were going to go and look for another tight end. That's kind of what they like to do, have the tight ends more involved. We seen where Hayden Hurst last year, we couldn't really get that production out of him. So I think they did a great job in going to get a guy like JT Saunders. Like I said, natural catcher of the ball, great blocker, and I think he'll be an instant plug-and-play guy, personally. So Ian Thomas, Tommy Tremble.
Sullivan.
Yep. Hey,
High alert.
Fuse is short.
High alert. What you got?
Yeah, I actually this was one of my favorite picks of the Carolina Panthers selections. I thought it was much needed. That tight end room needs a lot of help, and like there's not really you have a serviceable one. You have one serviceable tight end on the roster at this point, in Tommy. And I think I was reading a stat the other day that said Bryce had like the worst QBR when targeting tight ends in the league last season. So that was like a much needed help and a much needed upgrade. You got a guy who's a bit raw. He's definitely gonna need to develop. He probably could have used another year in college, but he's out now. So it's up to the Carolina Panthers coaching staff to go ahead and take his game to the next level. But I think what you got here is a high ceiling type of player, and that's kind of what you want in the later rounds of the draft, is a guy who you can mold and develop into one of those elite players in the league. And I think he has the tools, the skill set, the size, the frame, all that to be one of those elite pass catching tight ends. He's just kind of on him and the coaching staff to be able to put it all together.
And you don't have to keep wasting a roster spot on Ian Thomas.
Bye-bye.
That's just me personally.
Yeah,
maybe it's because I don't like the guy.
I was about to say you hate Ian Thomas.
I could care less if he was on the roster
He's
next
not
season.
good, though.
He's not, but if you, just based off of body of work, are you choosing him or Sullivan?
I guess I would. It depends on what we're doing, actually. Because if we're
training camp is over and we got to cut one of y'all.
Like I said, if you're telling me that we're going to be running the ball more this year, then I'll pick Ian Thomas. But if you're telling me we're going to more of a spread offense, which I don't think that's the case, then I'm going to have to go Sullivan because Ian Thomas, you serve no purpose there. If I had to put Tommy Tremble in on all the pass plays, because I can't trust you to go out there and get open.
Yeah.
Or even catch the ball when you get open.
Yeah.
So,
fair point.
Give me JT Saunders.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same thing. Now, I will say, when I watch film, I don't see him being as good as a run blocker as you do. I think he has to develop that a lot better at this level. However, you give Bryce another very, very reliable target. Obviously, the talk of the town is the size of his hands. His catch radius is insane. If the ball touches his hands, he's going to catch it. I love the move to go get him, and then you get blessed, and he falls down to 101. We saw a lot of preposterous allegations that the Carolina Panthers were going to move up and try and get Bowers from UGA. I thought that was wishful thinking. I thought that would have been probably the dumbest mistake you could have made, second only to the Atlanta Falcons drafting Michael Penix, 3-4 weeks after signing Kirk Cousins to $100+ million deal. But I thought that would have been outrageous. What did you have?
I was about to say so. They just called a random straight.
Yes, because it's fuck Atlanta. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I like the move. Give me your grade. For me, and we'll work backwards. For me, I would say the JT Saunders move and the grade, if we're just going off a A to F scale, I'll say a B. I think the JT Saunders pickup was a B. What about you?
I'm going to go, I almost want to go A, but I'm going to go B+.
Okay.
I'm going to go A because it's what I just said. It's where you want it in the draft. It's high upside. It's exactly what you're looking for.
Got you. Trevin Wallace. Excuse me. I'm going to say C-. You can go. C- on the Trevin Wallace pickup in the third round.
C.
Okay.
C+.
Bro. John 2.0.
C+.
Okay.
C.
A-.
C-, matter of fact. My fault. C-.
A-.
C.
A-. I love it. That's my favorite pick of the draft personally, and I've been championing for Leggett for about a month. You'd say, is that accurate?
Probably more than that.
Okay, yeah. So I would say an A there, and for Xavier, an A+. Because that was the only guy that I named by name for us to go get, and we went and got him, and we moved up. We It cost us a little bit, but we got it back on the back end. Second round pick heading into next season. I just like the way they did everything for the most part. Like I said, Trevin Wallace, that to me is the biggest question mark. But as it pertains to X, you trading up day one to go get your guy, you get that 5th-year option. I love it. I'm going to say A+.
I'm going to just go A.
I'm going to go C, actually. C+. I actually didn't like it. I just thought, given where he was drafted and the players available, that I'm not because of the player. I want to get that straight. Like, I don't want y'all to think I'm slandering Xavier. I'm not. I just don't like where he was picked in comparison to who was still on the board. That's why I would give it a C+.
Who would you have rather taken?
I would have rather either stayed at 30. Well, I would have rather stayed at 33.
Just 39.
No, 33. Because you had 33.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, 33.
I would have rather have stayed at 33 and let whichever receiver was there. If Buffalo had picked X, I would have gone with Keon. If they would have went Keon still, we still could have gotten X.
Without the 5th-year option, though.
So you just don't like the trade up?
I don't like the trade up. And again, I don't like the trade up for a specific player when I think they were that close grade wise. That's my gripe with it. Like, I don't really see too much separating Keon and Xavier in my eyes.
Okay.
I just got to see Jonathon Brooks. I got to see him in training camp. I'm not going to lie. I just got to see him, bro.
Usually candid comments, even for Jerry Jones.
While Brooks is recovering from that ACL injury, things might be going his way pretty soon.
Well, Reese, he's certainly the speculative favorite to become the first running back off the board. It is not speculation that the Dallas Cowboys want to draft him. And how do we know that? Well, Jerry Jones pretty much told us last night in unusually candid comments, even for Jerry Jones, he said that Jonathon Brooks was the best interview he's done with a player in his 30 years. There had been a lot of smoke coming into the draft that the Cowboys really liked Brooks. Well, that smoke became reality, and now the question is, will the Cowboys be able to sit tight at pick 56 and wait for Brooks? There is some speculation that Trey Benson of Florida State may be the running back the Giants like at 47. So we could see some gaming around those spots if Benson goes. Do the Cowboys have to go up? Does somebody else really like Brooks, that, by the way, has been a little quieter about it, and they want to jump up behind the Giants to get him? One last note on Brooks' dad. I was told today, Reese, that there will be an empty seat when we see Brooks' family today in Hallettsville, Texas. They left a seat open for his father.
Always got to throw that shit in there. They always, rest in peace, bro. They always got to throw that shit in there. I thought that was a video of Jerry. I'm not going to lie, but I guess I didn't save it. So he gets a pass. So just to be clear, because I heard you say something while the video was playing, and I want to make sure that the fans understand that you just be on some hating shit. Just to be clear, you gave that pick a C- based on the fact that your team,
twofold.
Based on the fact that your team gassed him up during the offseason. That's correct?
No.
Is that what he said? Is that what he said when the video played?
Look, that's part of it. That's part of it, because I didn't like how much we were gassing him being off with the fact included that he was coming off an ACL, and they were like, this is going to be the guy. This is going to be the starter for the Cowboys. I was like, this motherfucker is coming off a torn ACL. I do not want him to be the guy. We need to go, because Terrence knows this. I was screaming it all draft weekend. I was really high on Braylon Allen, the running back from Wisconsin. He's younger. I believe he's a little bit faster.
He's younger than who?
Not Jonathon Brooks. He is.
How old is he? Jonathon Brooks is 20.
I think Braylon Allen's about 19 or 20. Like, he's very, very young guy. Not a lot of tread on his tires. Crazy, crazy numbers in the weight room. Crazy numbers on the field. Was just kind of a do-it-all back that I was very high on. I was like, if we go and reach for a guy in Jonathon Brooks, who I thought it was a reach because he's coming off a torn ACL, and this was at the Cowboys' 56 pick where I viewed it as a reach. So for the Panthers to be even higher than the Cowboys were on that list and pick him, I view as an extreme reach. And for all those reasons combined, I really don't like the pick, especially when you have other running backs still out there and available to you at later rounds.
The way I see it, if we get 3 years, matter of fact, first and foremost, do you want to do something on his over-under?
Well, let's see what Vegas puts out, and then we can do something on the side.
It's already out, I believe. Dylan sent, shout out to Dylan. He be on it, and he knows that I have kind of a problem.
And this how y'all get JJ already,
No,
bro.
no, it's not.
Season ain't even started. He already about to lose money.
No, not at all. Don't worry. I'm about to pull it up. What, did he send it in FPFO? He sent it directly to me.
I know he sent something about Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know.
Jonathon Brooks, 775.5. I'm taking the over. What do you want to do?
What was it?
775.5.
775. That's not outrageously high, but I'll take it.
How much?
Want to do 50?
I want to do 100.
We can do 50.
I want to do 100.
Why? Can we ease into it?
No, we can't ease into shit because you've been shitting on him the last 45 minutes.
But he's going to be splitting reps with Chuba anyway and Miles.
Okay, cool. And you want me to tell you something? I'll do something even better for you. I'll take him over for 100 at 850 yards.
Oh, yeah.
So you're spotting me an extra?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
All right, cool.
An extra 75 yards.
All right.
Okay, perfect.
For
cool.
at what?
850.
Write it down.
Perfect. Good. Got him. Hey, can you send me my fucking money? Or
No.
See.
I can't. I got a lot of shit to do tonight.
See, well, you don't. But they tell you, if you can't afford to lose it, don't put it up.
And we just know that's not the case.
I mean,
everybody in this room just know that's not the case. But hey, we let niggas get certain shit off.
I'm just telling you. Can you please send me my bread, bro? So I can get a little sandwich on the way back to the crib.
I gotta buy some shit today. I got a lot of shit.
What the fuck does that got to do with me?
I got a lot of shit.
Did I not say if you were wrong, you should send me my money right then and right there?
Yeah, but that wasn't what I was referring to.
Matter of fact, you want me to tell you something? Tell your bitch ass mans to pay it. And I'm gonna tell you
why I gotta be all that.
You right. My fault. You right. My fault. He gassed you up into thinking that you were right. So tell him to pay it for you.
Because I was really referring to when we traded back. Because he was on the board before we traded back. That's why I was confused on why the fuck we traded back. And we needed the corner.
With what we were talking about, we were right.
Yeah,
he was on the board.
Y'all weren't.
Because you traded out. You were on the clock. Right. You traded out of that spot when Kool-Aid was on the board. So you made a move. You just didn't make a move to pick nobody. You made a move to trade back. Yes,
unfortunately,
that is correct.
Y'all were
the Panthers were on the clock.
Wrong.
When the Panthers were on the clock with their original pick, Kool-Aid was on the fucking board.
You want me to tell you how you are 1,000% wrong? Because we never were on the clock.
Yeah.
We were never on the clock. At 30, whatever the fuck, at 39, we were never on the clock.
I was standing right over that motherfucker right there. I was standing right there. Matter of fact, I might have been sitting where Terrence is sitting right now.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
The Panthers were never on the clock.
I'll go ahead and say mine first because it's a lock. Lock it in, write it down, do whatever you need to do, plus money. So
this is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice.
Go.
This is my advice. That's very good advice, but not financial advice. So at plus 1674, y'all know I always had the highest one, of course. No profit boost, nothing like that. We got Minnesota Timberwolves beating Denver at Denver, first game. Lock it. Michael Porter Jr., 3+ threes. He's going to hit 3 threes. I mean, just lock that in. That might be the surest lock on the ticket. Jokic, 12 boards. Lock that. He's had like 43 over the past 2 games. So do whatever you want to do with that information. I'm just giving you the information. 8+ assists. I mean, he averages 9. Do your math. And first quarter total points over 50.5. Just because we got absolutely obliterated when we took the under on one of them other games the other day, and I just refused to do it again. And that's plus 1674. Lock it in.
For Dylan, content manager Dylan, he went a straight soccer ticket.
Ew.
Real Madrid money line, or plus 774. So he's actually giving us a little bit more juice. Shout out to him.
Shout out
finally.
to Dylan. About time.
Yeah, I mean, finally got on the train. Real Madrid money line. All of these matches are being played on Saturday.
Mine is on Saturday as well.
Yep. Real Madrid money line, Barcelona money line. Inter, do you mind telling me who that is?
Inter.
Yes, I believe. I guess money line. And then Atletico Madrid money line. Plus 774. 10 wins you 86, I believe. Or no, 10 wins you 77 and 40 cents. Is that correct?
I mean, I guess
that's
you
right.
tell
no,
me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Go.
All right.
His isn't even built yet, so let's see how he puts it together.
I got y'all with the phenomenal Saturday ticket. We're taking, this is a same game play for you. Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets, Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Go ahead and lock this in. First quarter, 50 50.5 points. We're going over. We got Karl Anthony Towns with over 1.5 threes. We got Jamal Murray under 24.5 points.
Fucked.
Ant is going to strap that shit up. Cut it out. Ant is strapping them. Rudy Gobert over 11.5 rebounds. And Ant Edwards plus 1 steal. Juice. We got this at plus 1,123. Go ahead and lock it the fuck in.
Save your money.
So I'm still leading. Okay.
Go ahead and lock it the fuck in.
Save your money. Oh yeah, you're gonna win this week as far as the number goes.
As far as the ticket too.
We'll see. Are you still winless? You're still winless. You're still winless. I'm still winless.
Okay, nigga. Don't be saying that like you won something. Like
Dylan is the only one that has a win so far.
I'm only winless because the fucking Falcons decided to draft Michael Penix instead of Dallas Turner like they were supposed to. Fucking jackasses.
He wasn't even the first defensive player off the board. So
he should have been to Atlanta. And they just fucking dicked it because they wanted to play around with... Can't even spell the nigga's name right. Put out Michael Penis on a fucking post.
They did on the tweet.
But cool.
I did see that. Plus 790 Nuggets money line. Lock it. They not going into that altitude.
So you fading?
Yes.
Oh.
1,000% fading. It's going to take a little while to adjust to that altitude. I think that little while might be too long. Give me Denver money line. Jokic plus 10 rebounds. Aaron Gordon plus 10 points. Gobert under 13.5. He has absolutely nothing for Jokic. Cat has nothing for Jokic. They can try and switch him. They can try and do whatever they want. Gobert, probably my least favorite player in the NBA. Can't stand the bitch. Under 13.5. And then the kicker, the juice. Anthony Edwards to score 30 or more. Whoever's guarding him, it doesn't fucking matter. That's Michael Jordan's bastard. So, yeah. Lock that in. Plus 779. Of course, as always, we will upload the pictures on our Instagram. If you don't follow us, go follow us right now. For Panthers fans only, we got the rookie jersey giveaway going on. Click the link in bio. It'll take you directly to where you need to be. If you type your name and email, submit it, that's an entry. Follow us on Instagram, that's an entry. Follow us on Twitter, that's an entry. Follow us on TikTok, that's an entry. And follow us on DSPs, more specifically Spotify, even though I don't like mentioning them because we don't have a deal. Spotify, that's an entry. You have the chance to have at least 5 entries, I believe, up to 5 entries. If you do all of those things, again, kind of up your odds there. I'm very excited about it. If you haven't already, you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening right now on one of the DSPs that we just mentioned, go right now on YouTube, search at the G2S Network, or just search for Panthers Fans Only. Click on the channel, subscribe, turn the bell on, get notified when we drop the content. We the best out here that's doing it. Can't nobody fuck with us in this space. With all due respect, that's just how I feel. I'm a competitor. It ain't nothing personal. That's just a fact of the matter. And everything that I say ever on this podcast is strictly my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Again, expedited pod this week. Let me see. Where are we going? How do you feel about the news that they can wear the shell tops on the helmets now? You know what I'm talking about? The little cushion that they be wearing during training camp?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to look weird, but, I mean, I guess. Like, if they're going to allow them to hit harder, I mean, I feel like if you got that on your head, then I should be able to crash out, right?
Absolutely.
I was going to say,
Absolutely.
One would think. I mean, yeah, for me, I think that it's a great move by the NFL. You know, player safety is huge right now, and kind of the movement to make the game a little more soft. And I say that with no disrespect to any injuries or anything suffered by anybody that may potentially listen or people that have listened and have been injured. I say with all due respect. But, again, another move that's going to make the game a little more soft. But I will say I'm not mad at it with the cases of CTE. You see it every single day with Antonio Brown.
CTESPN.
Yeah, no, literally. Literally. So let's prevent that as much as possible because we don't need too many of those running around.
So what I think will happen is actually I think where you'll see it really be prevalent is along the offensive and defensive line. I don't really see wide receivers, maybe tight ends, but maybe a quarterback too, but I don't really foresee skill position players really throwing that big fluffy thing on their helmets. Like I think it'll be for the guys that play in the trenches that are damn near smacking helmets every play.
I think the skill position needed the most because they be running full speeds. Linemen, it's just really within that 2, 3, 4 yard window. The skill positions be the ones that's be getting stretched for real.
But they've taken targeting out, so you don't really get stretch coming across the middle like you once would have.
Very
in the
true.
old NFL. So those guys don't really get target. Everybody knows you can't hit in the head and neck. You don't really see guys going for those type of hits anymore. It's like very rare, one off, and then the guy gets thrown out.
I'm interested to see how it actually feels on top of their heads. Like
they say it's heavy.
So it is heavy.
It definitely
looks heavy, but I find it hard to believe that somebody will want to wear that's going to slow them down.
That's why I say I think you'll see it prevalent along the trenches. Guys that don't really rely on speed too much for their game, but they're constantly smacking heads.
Yeah.
Like they're constantly hitting their head up. It just makes a little bit more sense for those guys. Because guys say it all the time. Every time I listen to player interviews coming out of training camp or OTAs or whatnot where they end up wearing those things, they always say, yeah, it's a bit strange trying to get adjusted. It's like an extra 8 to 10 pounds on your head, it feels like. It's just kind of takes some getting used to.
Yeah, that's insane. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. We'll do a brief Q&A. First and foremost, thank y'all so much for 500 subscribers. I think before I checked, before we started recording today, we were at 550. So a lot of growth happening there. Actually, 551 as of right now. So that's lit. We turned up. We need to get to 1,000 as soon as possible. So, share with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, hit that subscribe button, all of that. This is actually a question that came from YouTube. And we had a couple more as well that we'll table for time purposes. But I do have one for us if I can pull it up. Okay, cool. This was actually a question that was asked before the draft even happened. So this question was asked with the anticipation that we would get more weapons for Bryce Young, which we did. So the question is, what would you guys say the minimum stat line should be for Bryce Young in year 2? Go.
I need something to compare it to, though. I mean, I'm just not really.
Last year? I mean, that's what you got to compare it to.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm just not familiar with those numbers.
Okay. Just give me a second and I'll pull them up. Or our producer could pull them up.
You're looking for Bryce Young stats?
28-77, 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, you at least got it. I would say 3,500 bare minimum, and then I would also say that TD to pick ratio has to be a big gap in between that, because I think you have a lot more time. I think a lot of those picks were thrown under pressure. And so I think if we minimize that, then I want to see that ratio kind of look a lot different. I don't know the specific number, but
Bryce will set the single-game passing yards record for the Carolina Panthers this season. I think he gets somewhere to about 3,700 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
30 touchdowns?
Mm-hmm.
That would be phenomenal.
That would be outstanding. And you said how many interceptions?
10.
Okay. I think mine would probably be 3650. Okay. I would probably say 3650 for me minimum with the weapons that we've acquired to surround him with improving that offensive line. I'd say 3650. Want to see at least 26 touchdowns. I can live with 13 interceptions. I just need to see growth, bro. I need to see progression and growth. And if I don't, this is a conversation that I've been seeing a lot on Twitter, Panthers Twitter. If I don't see a lot of growth and don't see a lot of progression, beware. because I know you watch. That's all I'm telling you, because I already know that, you got smoke for me. It is what it is. I'm just telling you, beware. Don't let me see any progression, and I'm going to tell you too, because I know that you are a huge Bryce fan still. That's great, and I'm cheering for the nigga. I wish him the best of luck. If I don't see 36-50, 25 tutties, and 12, 13 interceptions, I'm going to have a problem.
What if you don't see that, but he's winning ball games?
Then what can I really say?
Panthers fans.
What can I really say? What?
Bryce will be a dark horse MVP candidate this year.
Yeah, I mean that's just sucking dick, but it's okay.
What? You heard it here first. He'll be. Watch, he'll finish top 10 MVP voting.
How much would Jonathon Brooks have to top 10? I mean, he'll finish in the fucking top 30% of the league. I mean,
is that not growth considering where he was at last season?
Okay, you're right.
That's a substantial leap forward. I would love to see my second-year quarterback finish top 10 in MVP voting. Right or wrong?
Yeah, that would be phenomenal.
I was about to say, he acts like that statement was just so out of this world.
You know how he get behind him.
How I get behind who?
Very weird energy.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, we'll be back next week with our part 2 of our 2024 draft recap. I've been documented multiple times saying I don't fuck with the boy. So it ain't confusing. They know. Or actually maybe they don't know. Because there's a lot of new people that have been viewing. Just to make my stance clear, I do not fuck with Bryce Young. It's no problem. I just don't fuck with him as my franchise quarterback. That's it. Am I not entitled to that opinion?
I mean, that's fine.
But I'm cheering for him.
He'll just prove you wrong.
I'm cheering for him. I hope he does. Shout out to Jonathon Brooks. Nobody else. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Weird.
Can you buy me his jersey?
I'm not even going to respond.
Why?
I'm just not.
Can you sing my 20?
Go Canes. Go Canes.
Even though I know it's fake love, all I feel. We should go and make up.